or effects of opioids.
Sublocade may cause harm or death if injected in a vein. As an opioid, it may cause serious life-threatening breathing problems. Ask about naloxone.
Okay, we're in. So here's what the immediate area looks like as soon as you walk in. Lots of garbage. People are dumping over here, obviously. Not exactly the most graceful entrance, but we are in. We're going down there. Okay, I just saw a car drive by. There is a road that is super close to here. I'm not even sure what that road is used for, but I think it's to access a neighborhood. Not sure if you can see it. It's the road right there. Right down in here. Oh, look at the state of it. Okay. All right, we're coming out this way. There's a little dirt road thing. We're going this way. Whew. Okay. Oh, look at one of the bushes. More any bushes. When you are stealth camping like I am doing, it is important to avoid people who are doing it for different reasons. And it's important to do that for a variety of reasons. But just to play it safe, I'm going to push a little bit further into the woods. Okay. Well, this is looking a little bit more inviting back in here. Like a little game trail or something here. Well, that is muddy. Muddy, muddy. Whoa! It's a deer. Okay. Let's take a look here. This doesn't seem too bad. I think I got enough space for my tiny bivvy that I'm going to be using. And then I've got this tree and also this tree back here. I can string up my tarp between. I am back a ways into the woods. So I'm going to go ahead and get that stuff set up. Okay, I had to finagle this tarp a little bit. I will show you kind of what that looks like in just a second. But first things first, let me get this chair set up. Okay. All right. Give me a second to take a load off and I'll show you around the tarp. It's looking pretty good now. Right up here, the top line hitch. And back to that tie-out point. And I've got another top line hitch here. just one close to that point there. Got our ground staked out on either side here. And then I'm taking a ridge line. And then I've got a line pulling out some extra space going back to this tree here. I think that should do it. We might do a little bit more of some finagling with this thing, but I've got just enough space on the top here to be able to get underneath of it. And I can set up a table right here, which is pretty much all I need. We'll go ahead and do that for our next step. Before I get too much further into the video, I just got to say a quick shout out to our sponsor for today, and that is Turo! My voice. Okay, just got to remind myself, when you're editing this video, make sure you edit out that part. Sam, make sure you edit out that part. Dude, is that squirrel? Turo is the world's largest car sharing marketplace. With Turo, you can rent whatever car you want, whenever you want it, from a community of local hosts around the US, UK, France, Canada, and Australia. They have a ton of cars to choose from, not just regular commuter cars. Recently, I used Turo to book a utility van and ran some errands with it. I was pleasantly surprised at how easy the booking process was. My host communicated quickly and clearly with multiple options for dropping off and picking up the car. My host actually offered to drop the car off and pick it up directly in front of my house. I mean, why not? Skip the rental counter at hundreds of airports and communicate with your host directly through the app. I have some really cool trips coming up later this year, and you can bet I'll be using Turo. You can learn more about Turo by clicking the link in my description or by scanning the QR code on the screen. Thank you so much to Turo for sponsoring this video and helping me keep the lights on. All right, everybody, let's get back into the action. Okay, so might as well give you guys a little tour around the area. This is where the setup is. Right behind us here is a creek flowing through here. We're heading around this way. A little bit of some more bank kind of area. Pretty cool. Sometimes when you're doing stealth camps like this, you can stumble upon some really pretty nature spots right in the city. This just kind of goes back over this way. Got some area that could be cleared out. I don't want to cut wood in an area that looks like some kind of park. So check them out. It's pretty. Not half bad. So this here is all kind of wide open sort of space. The game trail continues this way, which is super muddy right there. Otherwise, I would have taken that spot. So at this point, I don't think anybody is coming this way unless they're highly advanced. Even though we have what looks like it was some kind of a trail or something at one point, I don't think it's going much of anywhere. And then back in, that is where I came from back there. And I had to do some really serious bushwhacking past some thorny bushes to get in here. So I think I'm pretty good. Even if somebody does push back this way, you know, kids trying to be adventurous or something, into this kind of open area, or they know about it or something, they got to get all the way back over here. And then that is my spot back over there. It's not invisible, but it is pretty inconspicuous, I would say. So fingers crossed, and we're hoping for the best. Okay, so on today's episode of What Did Sam Forget? I forgot to grab a sleeping mat. That is not the greatest scenario. I need that mat. So the deal here is that it is warm enough that I think I could get away with sleeping directly on the ground, you know, inside the tent, obviously. It wouldn't be the most comfortable thing in the world. I could stack up a bunch of leaves underneath the tent. I don't want to have to drive all the way home to get a sleeping mat, but I have that cot in my car from the last camp out that I did. Not sure. I've been filming a lot lately, so I'm not sure what order you're seeing everything in, but I went and did a camp with my old dog Monty in the inflatable tent, and I had a cot in the car there, and I never took it out of the car, so I could grab that. The only thing is I'm not sure if I'm going to actually be able to get in there and still get into the tent. I have a feeling we'll be able to do it. Either way, that's okay. I'm sure we'll get through it. After all, I'm Sam Bananas. Thing number 2 on the list that Sam forgot today, and that is food and cooking utensils and all of that stuff. Luckily, I've got a smorgasbord of choices. We're going to go ahead and go with the Wendy's because this is a very important camp for me. I'm going to tell you why later. One thing that I did not forget, the beer. You know you can count on me, right? All right, so we're going to go back to the car and check for the cot. I'm going to go head on over to Wendy's and grab dinner for the night. After that, we'll break into the beverage center and we'll spend an interesting night urban camping behind Wendy's. But before I do any of those things, I've got to take a little nip off of the little banana flask. Shh. Woo. Goodness sakes. That is smooth, but it's got a bite on it. That is beer barrel bourbon from New Holland Brewing Company. All right, everybody, without further ado, let's get into it. I'm trying out this new chair from Unigear, and it is comfortable to sit in. It's not bad. You can lean back in it to an extent. If you have your feet out in front of you, then you can lean back and you can get pretty comfortable. But it's an ultralight backpacking chair, and it's super low to the ground. So you almost have to squat all the way down and then sit into it. But all right, everybody, let's get into it. We got the fries. That's what we're talking about. Yeah. Num 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 num. You guys probably want to know if the cot's gonna work. Well, I guess you'll have to keep watching. And then I even forget what I ordered, what it's called. Something crunch. Not exactly the most appetizing looking thing when you look at it like this. Huh? Got some nice big thick piece of cheese on there, though. Not bad. Got a little kick to it, just a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna eat these, finish this meal, and I will check back with you guys in just a bit. Ow. All right, well, I broke my tripod umbrella, so this is gonna be interesting shooting. Fun stuff, because rain is coming back now. Let's go ahead and see about doing this setup. So if we go like this, I think we're going to be good. Okay, I got the cop put back together because that's just not going to work out. What we're going to have to do is we're just going to push a bunch of these leaves together. And I'll have a nice little bed of leaves, and that'll be my bed for the night. So, certainly worse things that could happen to me. Yeah. Okay. I can make that work. We're doing it. This camp has certainly been one thing after another all night long. I just knocked over the camera while I was adjusting the tarp again, trying to get a better pitch. Yeah, I think I need to clean the lens because it looks a little blurry. I'm sure it's fine, but yeah, if it's not one thing, it's another tonight. But you know, it goes. That's how it goes sometimes. And that is part of the fun and part of the adventure. And when you haphazardly throw a camp together like I did today, then it's bound to happen. Whew. All right. Well, first beer of the evening. We're going to go with a Voodoo Ranger. Good stuff. Now, it did occur to me that I could assemble the cot, and then I could lay the tent on top of that. But the tent is considerably wider than the tarp. There might have been a way to kind of jury rig that up, but I think we're going to be okay with what we got. So, first time for me sleeping on a bed of leaves, so wish me luck. And we are getting into beer number 2, the Bud Light Chelada, made with Clamato. This type of beer is not for everybody, but it is for me. I don't do a ton of stealth camping that often. I do the odd one here and there when I think of something interesting I want to do. I used to do these types of camps a lot more when I had a full-time job and I was doing YouTube. Now I'm lucky enough to be able to do YouTube full-time. It is not lost on me that I'm a very lucky duck to be able to do that. And it's thanks to each and every one of you for watching these videos. So I know I say it all the time, but big thank you. I appreciate it. When I did used to do stealth camps, I had a McDonald's camp, and then I also had a Burger King camp. And I just wanted to finish what I consider to be the trifecta. McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's. So at the end of this video, I'm going to put a playlist together. And I don't always add playlists to the ends of my videos. But I'm going to add a playlist that you can click on. And it's all my stealth camps, including the ones that I've done with Kevin. So yeah, I think I got it done. I'll swing out there and get my car in the morning, and fingers crossed. Knock on wood. This camp is kind of been a lesson in toughing it out, to be honest.
But you'll have those, especially when you go all the time. I still had a really good time. Somebody in my comments told me any camp you can walk away from is good camp. I don't know if I would go quite that far, but generally speaking, even when a camp is bad, it's still camping. I am pooped. I think we did it. Ready to climb into my bed of leaves, and let's see how it works out. Wish me luck. I think I'm gonna get in here and get to bed. Anything crazy happens, definitely let you guys know. Otherwise, catch you. It's low 50s this morning, and sleeping bag held up okay, but with just this vest on and a short sleeve shirt, it's just a bit too chilly. Yeah, so I'm ready to get out of here. At this point, I think there's only one thing left for us to do that makes sense.
Thanks, Jeff. And what can we get started for you today?
Yeah, I want to get. Can I get a number 3? And can I get a Diet Coke with that with light ice? Can I get? Thank you. Round 2. I'm gonna definitely have to spend the rest of the week eating a bit more healthy. But yeah, that was a fun one. That was absolutely one for the books. Slept on a pile of leaves. Yep, as always, I want to send a big, big shout out to each and every one of you. You all make it possible for me to do this. If you liked what you saw today and you want to see more, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click that banana. We're going to catch on next one. Bye now.
This may be the best time to buy at number 1 Cochrane Volkswagen. Why? All our in-stock and in-transit vehicles are price protected through May 31st, shielding you from increases. Finance a new Atlas from 2.9% or get a $2,000 customer bonus, or choose between 0% financing and a $5,000 bonus on a new ID4. Now at number 1 Cochrane Volkswagen, Wexford and South Hills.
Macy's Memorial Day sale is your chance to bring home the mattress you've been dreaming of. Get up to 60% off top brands, plus a free adjustable base or box spring on select mattresses, and get a Macy's gift card on our best brands. Macy's Memorial Day sale, now through Sunday.
Oh, hello, well buns. I'm here for a beautiful weekend on a snowy mountain. This one's going to be hard, it's going to be cold, but it's going to be so gorgeous. Let's go!
Look, guys, it's snowing.
So I'm making my way up this very steep valley, and the only thing I want to do today is find somewhere to pitch and sort of test out my winter stuff